Good morning. It's a beautiful day today. I'm on my way to work. I'm stopped behind a truck who was smart enough not to go under this bridge. This is a really low bridge. It says 12 feet 6 inches, and trucks get stuck under it all the time, but that guy was smart. He pulled over. So anyway, before we get started, please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. I have been really enjoying your comments. I love the interaction. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. And when you bring up things and subjects or things, or additions to things that I say, or maybe corrections of things that I say, I just love that, because it gives me things to dive deeper into, to look further into. I love exploring, as you can probably tell, finding information, just trying to go on this path of figuring things out and questioning and asking questions, getting answers. We don't ever have all the answers, but it's nice to be able to explore and to seek answers. So I love that. So with that said, there was a part of Hebrews that I read earlier today. The comment from last night's video prompted me to look some things up, and I did. And in Hebrews, it talks about what faith is. Faith is the evidence of, I think it said, the evidence of the hope that we have. And no, that's wrong. Faith is, all right, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm going to read it to you when I get to work. If anybody knows this verse, please let me know. I'm driving. I've got this all twisted up. Faith is the substance. Faith is the substance of the hope that we have and the evidence of things not seen. There, I got it right. Faith is the substance of the hope that we have and the evidence of things not seen. So that's what faith is. Faith is more than just belief. Faith is knowing beyond the shadow of a doubt. When we have faith in something, if I have faith, say that I jump and my friend says they'll catch me. If I have faith in that friend, I don't doubt that that friend's going to catch me. I'm not going to jump and take a chance and take any kind of a risk that friend's going to drop me. So if I have faith that what they're saying is true, that they are going to catch me, that they have the ability to, I know. I would put faith in somebody that is reliable. I would put faith in somebody that's big and strong, that I know would be able to handle my weight. I would put faith in somebody who I know has, done this before, or who has proven to me that in one way or another that they can do this. And that way, when I jump, if I have faith, I'm going to be caught. And there's, Now, when I get in an airplane, planes go down, things happen. Even when we get on the road, we get on the road in faith that we're going to get to where we're going. We get on an airplane in faith that the plane's going to stay in the air. Doesn't always mean that those things happen, but when we have faith that they're going to happen, most oftentimes they do. They happen that way. But when we have faith in God, our faith in God is stronger than any faith that we could possibly have in anything in this world. Our faith in God is faith in what is. It's faith that everything somehow exists. And none of this would be going on around me. I wouldn't be driving on this highway going to work. Life wouldn't be unfolding. There wouldn't be trees out here and a road to drive on if there wasn't something that existed. Something has to exist. So at the very, very core, at the very, very bottom foundation of our faith, we should be able to say that something exists. Because there has to be something that's creating all this, that's causing this. These images, these visions, the light that we see through our eyes, the consciousness and the fact that we see color and that we see what we're experiencing, there has to be something behind it. So at the very least, faith is knowing that there's something there. And that something in the Bible is the I am, otherwise known as God. I am. I am is, as I say in my other videos, us, all of us. It's a group effort. So they call it the collective consciousness. There was another term that somebody used that I really liked, and I have to dig that out. I wrote it down somewhere and I have to find it. But some people call it the collective consciousness, or just the collective all, the collective one. I don't know if that's kind of redundant to say that, because if it's the all and the one, then it would be collective. But either way, the creator is God. The creation, as it says in the Bible, is God. The creators, the co-creators, and the ones who are one with God, we're all one. And so faith is just knowing that there is something, that this isn't coming from nothing, it's coming from something. And faith also gives us the ability to believe without any doubt in the unseen. So we see, faith is knowing that what we see is, created by something. But what about what we don't see? What about the supernatural things that go on unseen? We don't see breath, but breath exists. We don't see air, but air exists. We see the evidence of air. The wind blowing, it blows the trees around, and with the leaves around, we can see the evidence of air and wind. But we don't see the wind. But we know it exists. And a lot of people use that analogy, to describe God, that we don't see God, but we know it exists. We don't see the supernatural. We don't see the, times when we are able to sense something. Some people call it a sixth sense. Intuition. We don't see intuition. We don't see knowledge. But we know those things exist. And there are a lot of things that we don't see that exist. And faith requires us to have no doubt that those things unseen are real, are there. So, somebody said, don't let the world and everything you see in the physical shape you. Oh, I can't pick that up right now. Some people said don't let the physical, visual experience be that thing that dictates your every move and who you think you are. The external doesn't create you. It's the unseen that creates you. And it's a lot easier to have faith in what's seen than faith in what's unseen. But if you have faith in what's unseen, then you know who you really are. If all you have is faith in what's seen, you never get to the point where you know who you are. And then you don't walk in the power of who you are. Because we are one with the all. That's who and what we are. And nothing has to be seen or proven. We just know. And the Word of God it's written words. They're words on a page. There are a lot of different ancient writings. There are a lot of different, people who have been wise people who have dug into these things, scientists and people who have really looked into the power of words. And words do have power. Words are our method of communication does have the power to make changes. And those words come from, and this is what the comment was yesterday that I read, the words come from God. Every word that we speak, that's why our body is called the temple of God. And everything we speak out of our mouth, we are part of that. So we need to be careful that we're representing who and what we are with our words. Because words create. God created everything with words. And whether they were the language that we're talking right now, or, whatever those words were, the word was God and the word is God. We speak with language and we have different languages. But, it's not like God has to speak English or God has to speak Spanish or God has to speak a certain language. Languages are just put here, it says in the Bible, kind of to almost confuse us. We have to learn to operate in this experience with a variety of languages. And sometimes it's a challenge, but that's just one of our challenges, operating with various languages. So, yeah, what can words create? What can words do? A lot. God created everything with words. His word. So I don't want to go around in circles. I'm going to read this to you now that I'm parked. I was really looking forward to reading this to you. I scribbled it down on a napkin of all things because it's in my phone and I can't read on my phone while I'm driving, obviously, or while I'm doing a video. So, faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This is in Hebrews. The worlds were framed by the word of God. The worlds were framed by the word of God. And then it says, things seen are not made with the things that are visible. That one kind of makes my head spin a little bit. The things that are seen, the world, trees, grass, the road, my car, us, me, my image in the mirror. Things seen are not made with things visible. So everything in life and everything we see was made by something invisible. And faith is knowing that invisible exists and that it's the creator. And that is God, the all, the everything, which we are a part of, and framed the worlds. And it says worlds plural, I believe. This is in Hebrews. I'm going to get out a couple of different Bibles. I know that you have the King James, you have the NIV, you have different Bibles, and they all say different things, different translations, but I'm going to study that. I'm going to study that verse. And I'm sorry I don't have it's in Hebrews, and I don't, when I read verses, or even if I memorize verses, I don't necessarily memorize the exact place they came from. I've always been mad about that, but I do know that it came from Hebrews. If you want to look it up, you can Google search it. And if you have any input, please share, because that's all the further I got. I did all this morning while I was getting ready for work, and I'm getting into the office now when I get a little bit of overtime in this week. So yeah, just please, if you look it up and you find, something different, or if there's a different meaning in there that I didn't catch, let me know. But I'm going to get into the office now, and I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you next time.